Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Khalil139 and welcome back to another video. So, first off, I'm very sorry for not uploading videos because I was busy with some school stuff. Just school, but yeah. Anyways, right now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this brand new updated version of the Cirrus SF-50 Vision jet. As you can tell, this is a VTOL type, single engine, 7-seater aircraft. So yeah, it looks very nice. And right here, as you can tell from the front side, this is the tail wheel. As you can see it moving, it's very slow because it's gonna be very hard to taxi, like, to do it. But yeah, you know the difference. But anyways, right now we're just gonna go ahead and take a look. So you can see there's the headset. Oh, wait, that's not. Oh, that's the oxygen and valves, oxygen mask. I mean, but yeah, right here the switches that you saw me turn on was the navigation, landing, and strobe lights. We also got the elevator, the fuel tank, the throttle, flaps, your autopilot, AC, stuff like that, and many more. So let's go ahead and get this plane up and running by turning on everything. And here's your G1000 soft key button.
Fire. Fire.
Didn't meant to press
Fire.
that, but
Fire. Fire. Fire.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
alright.
TCAS 1. System test pass.
Alright, and looks like everything is tested. And we'll go ahead and test this one right here.
Cabin altitude. Cabin altitude. Autopilot.
Altitude.
Autopilot.
And looks like everything is in good shape. So let's go ahead and get ready for startup. First off, we got the parachute right here, and the parachute is in front of the nose. And whenever there's an emergency, the pilot can actually pull the gauge right here. But we're not gonna do that because otherwise the parachute will start to pop out. So yeah. Right here you got your enviro and pressure system. You got the oxygen valve, cabin altitude, bleed air valve, which is connected to the engine. You got your status info. We got the landing gear, and the parentheses that you see there is the parking brake, which is of course this guy right here. And this is your ice protection to turn on the heater. So yeah, right here is your engine and fuel. Got your fuel tanks. They're in the 164 kilograms, but we're gonna be burning that because we're gonna start the engine, and the fuel pump is located right over here. So remove this control stick. So yeah, this is their fuel pump, and there's the engine starter on the top. And right here is the electrical. You got your battery and generators and buses. Yeah, batteries, generators, and buses right here. And obviously the generators are off because the engine is not started at this moment. And finally you got your weight and balance, so right there. So yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead and start up the engines. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and test out our door. As you can see, it's open with a step on it, so you can put your foot on the top, and then yeah. So we're going to close that and watch the door handle, and it is indeed closed. Right now we're gonna go ahead and start up. Make sure that the area is clear, which of course it is. And yeah. So let's go ahead and start it. So to start the engine, you just turn on the fuel pump, which is the engine run or off. So let's go ahead and set it to run. And you hear that engine fuel pump turned on, and let's go ahead and do it. So we hold the starter until the engine starts. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it doesn't matter how long you can hold it, as long as you hear the engine start up. So now the engine is completely on. Go ahead and turn on the bleed air valve, the fresh air. Yeah, make sure that our oxygen is working, and check to make sure that we have oil pressure, which of course we do. Fuel looks good, and generators 1 and 2 are completely on. So yeah, that's pretty much it to start up the Cirrus SF-50 Vision Jet. Now we're gonna go ahead and start our takeoff. So make sure that the runway is clear, which of course it is, and we'll go ahead and release the parking brake. Go and apply throttle. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, 3, 2, 1. And watch for the airspeed, which is there. It is. On the center line, I'm trying to. It's kind of difficult to get in the center line whenever you're on full throttle. So yeah. Now we'll go ahead and rotate. Like parking brake and release it, so that way the wheels will stop, and pause the rate and climb gear up. Watch the gear, and they are completely up. So we're gonna go ahead and do our traffic pattern, as you can see. Now we're just gonna turn around, just fly around whichever place we are, and check my. Okay, so we're running low on the fuel, but we'll be fine with that, since I'm just gonna do a short flight on this plane. And once we've already reached our altitude right there, we'll go ahead and pull the throttle just right about there. And we'll just go ahead and do our traffic pattern just for a test flight. Yeah, this is a very light aircraft, as you can tell. It's not even that heavy at all. Don't know how much it weighs, but I'll try to Google search it, search that whenever I get a chance. So right now we're just going to like cruise, and make sure that our fuel doesn't even run low, because if it does, then we'll have to land there and then just like shut the engine down and then refuel our plane. So yeah, the fuel kilograms are doing okay. They're just burning some of the fuel, and yeah. So this is a very nice plane, and as you can see, the strobe lights are blinking. Oh yeah, between the navigation green and the red, and here's the landing lights that are turned on, and there's a flyby. And as you can see, you can barely see that the wheels are right there. And it climbs up in this altitude, however you want it to be. And yeah. Right here, this is your G1000, or Garmin, I should say. And right here, this big giant square is your artificial horizon, or your attitude. So whenever you pull up, all of a sudden the brown will start to drain down and the blue will start to come up. And if you push the nose down, that will mean that the brown is going up and the blue is disappearing. And if you go to the right, that will actually means that it's going that way, meaning that you're turning right. But if you go left, it will switch from this side. So that's how the artificial horizon works, and you're gonna have to make sure that you check your it does show your altimeter right here, and then your airspeed indicator right there, and of course our airspeed is picking, so we're gonna have to go up there, and the airspeed should be dropping, which of course it is. Right here is your altitude, right, altimeter. You got your oil pressure, you got your fuel tank, your DC volts, and much more. Didn't mean to do that. Oopsie. But anyways, yeah. Right here is your circuit breakers. You got, and your, of course, your control stick right here. And yeah, here's the rudder pedals as well, and another control stick. And you got the AC, so we can switch from. Didn't mean to press that. You can switch it from either this speed or just off or just full speed to turn on the AC van. So right now we're just flying way past, so we're just gonna go ahead and do our little low pass. Obviously, whenever you pull the nose like this, all of a sudden that stall warning will start to, come out. So you're gonna have to be like very careful whenever you pull the nose up, because even if you did pull it up like that, all of a sudden that beeping noise means that the airplane is stalling. So yeah. Right now we're just gonna go ahead and come in for a landing, because I think our fuel tank is, well, kind of a bit low, but we should be fine for that. Right there is where you can reset your altitude to whichever one you want, and you can set it back to your cruising altitude. Right here we got your instrument and panel brightness, so you can switch the panel from bright to dim. Cabin lights, there's certain brightnesses. So that's how you want to change your lighting color whenever it's either bright, whenever it's daylight or nighttime. So yeah, more circuit breakers right here. This is indeed a 7-seated aircraft, and there's actually a middle seat right there, as you can see. There's the pilot right here flying on it. You also got, so you got 2 seats for the pilot and co-pilot, 2 seats for passengers, 2 in the back and 1 in the middle for another passenger to sit on it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and drop our nose down a little bit. And you want to make sure that whenever you come in for a landing, you're gonna have to aim at which runway you want to go. So let's go ahead and find an airport, which of course we're gonna go back to the same one, I should say, because we just somehow picked up the nose a bit. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and turn around. Oh, and one more thing, this is your cooling and heating system. So whenever it's hot outside, you just switch the fan to cold. But whenever it's cold, you just switch the fan to heat, which it's not completely active because I don't. Excuse me. But yeah. Right now we're gonna go ahead and come in for a landing. So we're gonna have to turn around. It's about midnight time, of course. This is in real time mode, but it's not real life. It's just a game. So, we're gonna have to drop a little bit down. Try not to overspeed the plane. Oh goodness. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. This airplane is extremely fast and super light because of whenever you're going down, all of a sudden the airspeed will start to, you see it's increasing right now. So you're gonna have to let's just pull back on the throttle, and the airspeed will start to decrease a bit. So whenever you pull the nose up and the throttle's completely closed, all of a sudden the airspeed will start to drop. Okay. Let's add a little bit of throttle because we're super slow. Okay. I'll try to go down a little bit. Oh boy. So yeah, this is a very nice looking aircraft. I don't know if some of them are being used, but honestly they aren't because of how fast or how light it is. But some of the other Cirrus aircraft, which is of course the SR-20 and 22s, are still being used, I believe. Those are all reciprocating piston aircrafts with fixed pitch propellers. It has either link coming or continental engines. So, yeah. Alright, so we're coming up for our landing, so let's go ahead and close the throttle. Then we'll go ahead and bring the gear down. Watch the status info, and the gear is completely down. And after the gear is down, we'll go ahead and bring the flaps. And as you can tell, it's making the plane go up, so that's the reason why the flaps are in the full position. Or full downward position, I believe. I mean, yeah. So right now we're coming in for a landing. And you want to make sure that you're aiming at the runway whenever you come in for a landing. And if you're going too slow, add a bit of throttle, but not too much throttle, otherwise you're going to overspeed the aircraft, and then it's going to, whenever the flaps are down, that means that your aircraft is going to like pull the nose up whenever you apply full throttle. So just add a little bit of throttle, and if you're going a little bit fast, just close it a bit, but not too much, otherwise your plane is going to go down and you're going to have to open a bit of throttle whenever you come in for a landing. So just, you don't want to touch the ground field, otherwise your plane is going to crash, and you don't want to do that. So just be very gentle on the throttle, and so we're going a bit slow, so just apply a bit of throttle. So watch what happens when I apply throttle in full power. And as you can see, the flaps are down because whenever you apply full throttle, that's what's causing the aircraft to go up. But if you close it, that's when the aircraft is going down. So we'll just go ahead and close that because we're coming in and landing. And yeah. Should be getting in touchdown in a minute. And I'm trying to make sure that I make a smooth landing. I don't know if it's going to be smoother or not, but yeah. So let me just go ahead and show you how the wheels are going to sound from the outside. Make it smooth. Close it. Okay. It's going to be bumpy, so there it comes. Well, not bad. Not even a bumpy one. But yeah. Trying to make sure that I can make either smooth landings or bumpy ones. I usually do crazy stuff on X-Plane, so yeah. Just slow down a bit. Right, and we'll go ahead and get off the runway. And once we're off the runway, we'll bring the flaps up. And it looks like to me that the flaps are completely up. Now let's go ahead and find our parking ramp. Or hanger. There's actually a bit of hangers that are like open or closed. So we're just gonna go ahead and go for that parking ramp right there. Oh, slow down. Okay. Obviously whenever the throttle closes, the airplane does move, but it's moving slower and slower until it comes to a complete stop. So you're gonna have to apply a little bit of throttle on this Vision jet, because otherwise, whenever it's in the closed position, then that means that the Vision jet is going to be stopped and slowed down whenever the throttle is closed. So try to add a bit of throttle, but not too much, otherwise you're going to go in full power mode, and then the airplane's going to start taking off like crazy. And once we're on the ground, I'll just go ahead and reset the elevator trim to 0%, since we're on the ground right now. Okay. Alright, here it is. So yeah, be extremely cautious whenever you apply throttle, because whenever you put it in full power, all of a sudden the plane is going to start moving, but it's going to move a bit quicker and quicker until whenever the airplane starts to take off. So yeah, but whenever you close it, it starts to slow down a bit, and that's actually a good thing. And if you want to stop completely, just apply the parking brake, but not too much, otherwise the brakes are going to start to spark out or like the aircraft. So yeah, let's go ahead. So yeah, that's overview of the Cirrus SF-50 Vision Jet. Let's go ahead and turn off first open the door. And you can hear the engine outside, but we're going to shut it off. To shut it off, you just put the engine from run to off, and then press the engine button to stop. And engine going down, so we'll go ahead and turn off the batteries and generators and the lights. And make sure that the throttle is completely in the closed position. And yeah. And once you are done with your flight, you can exit off the plane. And as the fan jet engine stops, then everyone exits out of the plane, and you're done with your flight. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this X-Plane 10 video of the Cirrus SF-50 Vision Jet. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you actually managed to enjoy this video, make sure that you leave a like on it. And remember, if you're always new to my channel, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, I'll probably upload more videos whenever I get a chance. So yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching again. This is Cooling 149 signing out, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.